This is Pete Thomas from Season 2 of NBC's The Biggest Loser. Thanks for tuning in and checking it out here. This is what we've got. We've got a video update from week number 5 of NBC's The Biggest Loser. This is season number 7, the couples edition. And so we know we're paying special attention to the 3 Michigan teams that are there on the ranch. And right off the bat, what do we have? We've got a weigh-in. Nothing like a weigh-in on the ranch. And so the contestants who were sent home that very first week, they get a chance to come back and win. And we get to see how they've done. You know, and life has gotten in the way for some of the contestants. Some of the contestants, you've got kids and you've got all of these other obligations. Can you lose the weight? That's what NBC is trying to show here. Whether or not contestants can lose as much weight at home as those other contestants on the ranch. No! Obviously not. That's the answer. But really what it comes down to is whether or not you ate right and worked out hard. If you did those things, then you're going to get a good number at this particular weigh-in. So we see how Michigan does. We see that Shannon gets up on the scale, drops great numbers, 5% of her body weight. We see that Carla gets up on the scale, drops 5% of her body weight. And then Sione is just kicking all kind of tail. He drops 7%. And he also gets immunity for the blue team. So a little bit of behind the scenes here. Anytime a team or a contestant gets immunity, that's really good for about 2 weeks. That really guarantees you to be on the ranch for a couple of weeks, because what you're going to do is you're going to work out really hard, just like normal that week. Then right before your official weigh-in, you're going to drink some water, and then the next week you'll just sweat that extra water out. So this should carry the blue team for a couple of weeks at least. That immunity is just so precious. And then what we have is we see contestants working out in the gym, and then we go to the challenge. This was kind of a weird challenge. I guess it was an ode to the textile industry or something like that, because what the contestants had to do was go around this mega spindle and unwrap this yarn or this rope and then back up and see if they could cross the line. And we see the yellow team got that, and they've got a chance at either $5,000 or 2-pound weight advantage. And of course, this is all about weight loss, so you would expect them to take the 2-pound advantage. Sure enough, they do. Then you go to the gym, and we see mega action going on at the gym. Again, that's where the magic happens. You see Bob having one contestant get on the back of the other contestant. And people have always asked, well, why are they doing that? What does that do? What does that work? That works the mind. You see, Shannon doesn't believe that she can push herself. And so by carrying one of her contestants, doing something she never thought she could do. You know, she's seen Bob and Jillian jump on the backs of other contestants, but she doesn't see herself like that. And so Bob works on her mind. And then we see Jillian working on her team as well. We see them working on the mind to really get the contestants to believe that they are somebody other than who they really are. They're not just fat contestants. You're not just fat people who can't do it. You are somebody who can take time for yourself, and you can do amazing things. And so that's the lesson that we see there in the gym. And at the last chance workout, they're pushing hard. Most of the contestants are pushing really, really hard. Then we get to the weigh-in. This is for all the marbles. And so we see Michigan. We see right off the bat, we see the pink team. They come through all right. They're safe. Yes. And we see the average amount of weight that's lost is between 3% and 5%. It's also something for people that say women can't lose weight as fast as men. Go by percentages. What you'll see is you'll see that 3% and 5%, men and women, they're typically all in that same range. But unfortunately, 2 of our Michigan teams have dropped below the yellow line. The silver team with Joelle and Carla, and the brown team, they've dropped below the yellow line. And the contestants are really, 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 really fed up with Joelle. After 5 weeks of drama, the contestants are so fed up. They really want Carla to stay. They can see her effort, and even in the elimination room, when they write on the cards who they want to eliminate, they put Joelle's name big and they say that they're going to miss Carla. It's obvious who has done the work and who hasn't. So they go home, and then it's really one of the weirdest reunions I've ever seen. They don't show the contestants really working out that much. They show them meeting for the first time in several months. And it's just really more of the same, more weirdness and a lack of understanding. Obviously, you must have a great teammate if you're going to be successful on the show. It's interesting that we kind of saw that the week before when Dan and his teammate David, one guy definitely did not want to be there, and that affected them. The same thing this week. One of them did not want to be there. It looked like Joel didn't want to be there, and so that affected the entire team. But, you know, in the end, there's no excuses for being on the ranch and not working out hard. And so that's what it really comes down to. But we'll see next week how the rest of the contestants are doing. You know, I had to text a couple of my contacts, and I got a feeling, I can't tell you. Anyway, tune in next week, and we'll see how Michigan continues to do. Again, thanks for checking us out here at Going Gonzo, the Going Gonzo blog at mlive.com and the GR Press. Thanks a lot for checking us out. We'll see you next week.